Okay, we started up our team calls again. Some of y'all are gonna have to turn your cameras on because there's not that many of us on here and it's weird. Okay, there we go. There we go. I can see more of you now. We started these team calls on Monday nights, I don't know, a couple months ago. And for whatever reason, Jana and I both completely forgot we had a team call tonight. Y'all, what is the matter with us? Like, we're diamonds. We're supposed to have it all together, right? Wrong. And I just want to talk to you guys for just a few minutes tonight. I don't think we're going to be on here very long. But I want to talk to y'all just a little bit about reset and a little bit about something else that I don't think you guys like very much, but we're going to talk about it anyways. Now everyone's like, what is she going to talk about? I'll let you guys guess. What is something that none of us like, but it needs to be discussed? What is it? Put it in the chat. What do you think it is? Because it's important. So as far as plexus related. Did my AirPods just disconnect and connect to my phone? No, they did not. Okay. So I was sitting at my father-in-law's house, putting some stuff together for tonight. And yes, Kylie, compliance. I don't know if someone else guessed it before you or not, but yeah, compliance. Oh, Sue, I'll talk the compensation plan all day long. That's exciting to me, especially talking about points. But sitting at my father-in-law's house and I was thinking about it, and Jana and I had thought, you know what? We're just going to cancel tonight. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'll do it. So she is on another call. Do you guys remember Kim McCluskey that spoke for us a week or two ago? I can't remember when it was. Jana's speaking for her team tonight. We do that a lot. We trade off. So she's speaking for her team tonight. So she's over there. And I, surprisingly enough, am out of town. I know that's so shocking if you follow me on social media. Our summer, you guys, has been bonkers. Hi, Claire Bear. It has been crazy. We have been to, let me see if I don't leave anything out, Florida, Colorado, shout out Vanessa, Colorado, to see all of you wonderful people in Ohio. Then from Ohio, we ended up having to go to Tennessee because Jonathan's papa passed away while we were at convention. So that was a very last minute thing. Got home, had a week to prepare for camp. I normally have 2 weeks. I was planning on having 2 weeks. Went to Oklahoma, shout out Claire, Oklahoma, for camp. And now we're back in Tennessee. We have, since the end of May, I counted up the other day, y'all are going to be like, what is your problem? We have slept in 16 different beds since May 26th. Together, I should add. But yes, 16. And I'm ready to be home. And Jonathan is too. So we are up here because we were so blessed. Our niece, Brianna, we were able to get her down to Texas to go to camp with us. And she had the best time and made some wonderful decisions for the Lord. And then we drove her back up here, so she didn't have to fly by herself again. She'd only flown once before. And this was flying by herself. She faced a lot of fears. And I talked her through it. I was using some of my best, fear is a liar speeches that you guys have all heard. But we were so glad that she was able to go with us. We've been able to do ministry this summer with Youth Alive, Timley Ministries, Joshua Nations, and up here with Jonathan's dad's ministry of One Accord in one aspect or another. So it's been a huge blessing, and we've been able to hang out with a lot of awesome people. Hey, Kylie and Carter. But we've been able to do a lot of fun stuff, but we're tired. We're ready. And yes, those have all been road trips. For many reasons I'll not get into right now. Maybe when we're not recording, I'll tell you all the main reason why we drive. But some of you can probably guess. But they've been wonderful, wonderful trips. But you guys understand, wanting to get home. So all that to say, I do apologize for my absence on these calls at times. And if the calls have seemed a little, they have been a little at times because our lives have been that way. Mine and Jana's. And I know y'all's lives have been so crazy busy. Summertime is nuts, y'all. Can we all just agree? And it feels even crazier right now after being so low key in 2020 and sort of in 2021, and now it's like full speed ahead, and I can't keep up. Yeah, I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what state I'm in half the time. But anyway, we got to see Randa and Jonathan the other night over in Bristol. Had a wonderful dinner with them. It's always fun to get to hang out with old friends and, of course, Plexus friends. Okay, guys, let's talk reset. How much are you loving it? Y'all can unmute. We don't have very many people on this call. I want y'all to talk. I want you guys to share some of your reset stories with me. I know I've talked with a few people that have said they can see how it has continued to help them throughout the month, not just those 3 days. So like Vanessa, I see you shaking your head. Kylie, I see you shaking your, like, I want to hear from you guys, and I would love for everyone else. We're going to learn from each other with this. It's all brand new, and we're going to learn so much from each other. So Vanessa, go ahead.
100%. I'm a junk food junkie. Y'all know that. I don't know if you know that, but a bad junk food junkie. And I'm telling you what, I every morning started my day doing hydrate. Ever since the 3 days, I just kept doing it. And I just find myself doing the next drink and the next drink. And so I haven't even been eating junk food, which is woohoo. I haven't weighed, but yeah, major. Look at Sue. She's going, yeah.
That is awesome.
Yes.
You get so full from all that drinking, and then you're taking all this good stuff for you that's making you crave other things. Yeah.
Exactly. And water, man, I finally got back to drinking my water like I used to, which has been.
I will say, it is much, much harder when you're traveling. Prepare. Take food with you, take snacks, stop at places that have healthy options. A lot of gas stations do. But we always stop if there's a Buc-ee's obviously there, or Love's. And y'all, there's a lot more Buc-ee's coming up than there used to be. There's one in Florida. There's a couple up here in Tennessee. But because they always have healthy stuff. So plan ahead when you travel, because it's a lot. And you're like, if you're road tripping it, drinking all day long, you're going to be having to stop all day long. So always prepare for that. Drink a lot. I don't know why I'm talking about this, probably because I've just been traveling so much, but I always try to drink a lot the day before we road trip. It helps everything. But Kylie, what's been your experience? Carter, and I also see.
Yeah, I've got the whole crew with me here.
Hey guys.
So this is what happens when we have calls during the summer. Yeah.
Did I call Bennett Carter earlier?
Yeah, this is Bennett.
I didn't.
And this is
do
Carter.
That. I know who they are. Hey boys, what's up?
They're doing good. They've been with us along this reset journey, and we loved it. We Douglas and I did it together, and it was like unreal, the results that we had. We just felt so good. I think obviously weight loss was there, and so was like inches lost, all those things that we knew would happen. I can share it with y'all, not publicly, but Douglas lost like 9.2 pounds in those 3 days. And it was so, I couldn't share that, outside of private sectors, but,
right.
Who's here? Excuse me, no talking. Okay. Sorry. But we were so motivated after reset ended, to keep going, because we just felt so good. I felt like the mental reset was huge, as far as like uncovering more about our relationship with food and stuff like that. And that was a huge victory. And so when we ended, we just wanted to keep going. So we've been very mindful about what we're putting into our body ever since. Like truly, we're like, we don't want to lose what we've accomplished. And so I've maintained the loss that I experienced, and Douglas is down even more. So wow. We cannot wait. We're going to do our second round. I think in like a week and a half, like August 10th is when we decided it works for our schedule. And we fully intend right now doing it monthly, because we've got some pretty big goals around here. And I feel like reset was the tool that we needed, and we didn't know we needed it until it was released. And I'm just so excited for it all. So, and I will say we've carried on a lot of the habits and the routines that were in reset. We've carried them on past reset, the ones that we could, like starting the day with hydrate and doing our lean shake. And I now like to split up my slim and my active again because it just gives me that boost. So anyway, now I'll stop talking because Bennett's going to play the piano, but we love Reset so much. So
Listen, have you guys tried pineapple active with lemon lime hydrate? Oh my goodness, y'all. It'll change your life.
Really, Amber, pineapple, it tastes like dirt. Is it really that gonna help that much? But I did try it.
Well, I love pineapple, so I guess we will see a difference of opinion on that. But I think it tastes like a drink you'd get at Sonic or something. I mean, it's so delicious.
I did mix it today with starfruit guava and with the lemon lime. It was yummy.
Good. Good. So you just got some weirdo taste buds over there in Colorado. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I want honesty and full transparency. Who struggled with Reset? Did any, like, let's just be honest. You're like, man, I was starving, or I didn't like this, or, and then tell me too, what did you do to get past it? I will tell you guys, we did so they sent all the diamonds a Reset box. I don't know, a couple weeks before convention, and we were supposed to hang on to it and do it at this one set time all together. Well, that was going to be when we were in Colorado, and it couldn't happen. And so we weren't able to do our Reset until the week before camp, which was kind of cool because I was so unbelievably busy. I think that helped. I didn't get the board hunger, you know? So I really think that helped. But I also had, and Claire knows this, she's been to Youth Alive before and sees the production that it is, but I had so many things on my plate that when we started, y'all, I forgot to weigh. I forgot to weigh the first day. So I feel like, and then it was like, boom, we were off to Oklahoma. We're here to Tennessee. So I feel like I had like a trial of a trial. So I'm excited to do my next one and actually weigh and take measurements. Now, obviously I could see a difference in the pictures. But I wish I had done that. Yeah. So you guys make sure someone remind me next time. Please weigh. But
I myself out about the not being able to eat, because at first I didn't realize that it was mostly drinks and, you know, and I psyched myself out about that bone broth, but I put my whole team, like Danny and Carrie, and then 2 other girls that did it with us, that's on our team. And I put us in a chat before, and that helped so much. They were just so encouraging, and that was awesome. But then it wasn't so hard, but by the 3rd day, I was ready to eat food, but I managed it, but not without their encouragement. That was the best thing. Definitely do it with somebody.
Yeah, I agree with Vicky. I think the restore was a little jolting. The aftertaste for me, which I can't trust my taste buds anymore since having COVID, but it was a little wonky for me. And the bone broth wasn't, it's not something that I would just crave. Now the soup, on the other hand, give me the recipe to that. I mean, that was delicious. I loved that tomato soup. Vanessa's shaking her head. You got some weird taste buds, girl. I'm telling y'all.
But I got through it.
Okay, so what did you struggle with, and what did you do to get through it, and what would make you do it again even though you struggled?
Well, like you said, you know, things, or somebody said, things come up. We had a death during that time, a funeral, so that made it hard, and I was late getting everything in that day, you know, but I still was able to do it all. But I just didn't like the taste of the bone broth. But I have to say, though, seemed like each day I liked it a little bit better. Maybe because I knew what to expect, and my taste were changing. I don't know.
Those of you that didn't care for the bone broth, did you try adding any seasonings to it? You can add really almost any seasoning you like. And I do know people who really struggle with it. And so they're drinking it almost like a shot, and then they drink a full bottle of water afterwards, or a full 8 ounces of water afterwards to get that feel, that, you know, full feeling.
Well, the first
Um,
night I tried, seasoning it, and what I did wrong is I used my shaker and I had way too much garlic in there. So
That's
then the
funny.
next night I just did a pinch and it was much
There you
better,
go. You can
so
also, and I thank you, sweetheart. We had a dog, one of our dogs in here, and he's wanting to get out. You can also, and I haven't tried this yet. I'm curious if any of you have. You can mix half bone broth, half soup,
I'm gonna do
and
that
have
next
that for
time.
lunch and that for dinner. So I may try that next time and
That's what I'm gonna do.
Amber,
see.
I did that for
Yeah.
mine,
And how was it?
it made it way better. So I
Way better. Okay.
usually don't like tomato soup, and I loved this tomato soup. And the bone broth was so difficult for me that first day. It was like all my willpower to get that last drop of bone broth, but I mixed it for day 2 and 3, and it was way better, so
Yeah.
much easier. And
I'm
kind of
so surprised that you like tomato soup.
this one.
I'm glad, but surprised. I know. I thought it
I
was
liked it
delicious.
too.
I went on the Diamond page. I'm like, so we're all getting the recipe for this soup, right? I didn't get any response from corporate on that, but
I did that Carl at Rise Up Rubies with the
yeah, there you
with-
go. So Claire and Beverly, what were some of your results?
Okay,
Restore.
well, let me back up just a minute. The Restore, I really struggled with that.
Okay.
Was
Was it
the
the
last
aftertaste
night
for
I was
you?
really dreading it, and I took it like a shot. I held my nose. I took it like a shot and then chugged a bottle of water. But I got it down.
Yeah.
Like just 3 days I could do this.
Yeah. And see, that's what I kept telling myself. This is only 3 days. This is
And
only
my husband
3
was
days.
really cooperative with me. He supported me, and it said that made it much easier, because that's one thing that I struggled with.
That was huge.
What else? Okay, I lost 5.8 pounds.
Yes.
And I don't remember how many inches, but I have gained back 2 pounds. But I've lost more inches.
That's awesome.
kind of weird. So
That's awesome.
that was exciting. I put a post out today about it and tried to be, honest and everything.
Yeah.
So I've got a few people asking about it.
Awesome. Claire, what were some of your results with the whole package?
Well, a lot of the growth that I saw was a lot of the mental aspect. I was still making full meals for everybody else in my family, and so I was giving myself some kudos for sticking. Like, I stuck to it. I did not cheat. And
that is truly, like, that's amazing. That would have been very difficult to continue cooking.
Yeah,
that would have been really hard.
I tried Restore with cold water the first day, and I had a severe dislike for it. The second and third day I tried it hot, and I loved it. I thought it was delicious. To where I missed it that fourth day. And it kept me busy. So I didn't snack on anything in the evening. Like, after the kids go to bed, usually what I do is I sit down and have a snack of something. So that helped me with that. So I lost 5.4 pounds. With the 3 places that they told us to measure, I lost 3.5 inches. And a couple weeks after, I had gained back like 2 pounds, I think. But I haven't weighed myself lately. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and I love what we know that it's doing for our metabolisms. Like, it's so much more than just the weight we lose in those 3 days. It's giving us a reset for that whole next month. If you're doing it every single month, and that's really, a lot of people are doing it every quarter. I'm going to do it every month. We're going to try to we're going to try to keep running reset groups every week. So that anytime you have someone coming in, they can get started. I love this. I love that we're kind of giving different tips and different ways we've done some stuff. And I love hearing you guys talk about, hey, I struggled with this, but I did it anyway. Like, do hard things. And I realize drinking bone broth or Restore is not that hard of a thing, but for some it may have been. So I give you props for that. And any of you who had to continue cooking for folks, like, whew, listen, I was doing it with my husband and both my nieces, and they were working at the office helping me get ready for camp. So we were all doing this together, and that made it like so much easier. I would imagine it would be very difficult. So kudos to those of you that continued cooking or had to sit in the break room while other people ate or anything like that. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. Way to go. Way to go. Anybody else have anything about reset that they want to talk about? Yeah, Sue.
I thought I was on a lake in my sister's cabin, so excluded from everywhere. But
Okay.
I know the first night that I was there was the second day. Let's see, was that right? Yeah, we started on Wednesday, the second day. And that night she's like, "Are you really can't eat anything?" I'm like, "No, this is what I got." And they brought out these kebabs, you guys, that were like,
Oh my word,
so awesome looking. And I watched them come in. I'm like, tomato soup, which was nasty. I was like, this is all I could do to get it down. And I was like, "Oh, this is terrible." And she goes, "Is this really worth it?" And this is my sister who does Ironmans and stuff. I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm doing this, but that was,
I can tell you look smaller
I know I've been hearing
right now on the screen. You look smaller.
I went to the chiropractor today because I hurt my back with Matthew, and he's like, "You lost weight." And I'm like, "Not really."
You
But
definitely lost some inches then.
yeah, I lost
You should measure.
5 in my waist and 4 in my hips.
Wow, and you've lost some in your face. I know you can't measure that, but you should do a
Did you
side by side
find
picture
on my
or something.
page from last July to this July. I think
I don't think I have. I haven't been
have
on
zooming
social
on it.
media very much because
He looks
I'm a little
amazing.
busy.
yeah, I showed it to Vanessa and Billy Joe. It was like, this is like, but thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah, you look great. You look
Thanks.
great. Anybody else? Claire, what are you making?
It's called Mexican chicken.
Oh, that's an onion.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
an onion? Oh, okay.
My
I was having a
mom's
hard time
staple.
figuring that one out.
Y'all want to know a trick when you're cutting onions?
That sounds delicious, by the way.
So I've seen people wearing like goggles. If you just get a paper towel and you soak it and you just set it by where you're cutting up the onion, you shouldn't have any tears. It should like absorb all those fumes or whatever.
I can't smell onions ever since I had COVID, so I can cut them now with no problem. So if you ever need some onions cut, I'm your girl. All right. But listen, seriously, I'm so proud of those of you that had a struggle with something, but you stuck with it anyway. She said, just soak the paper towel in water and set it next to where you're cutting the onion. We should do a call like that sometime where everybody offers like a life tip that other people may not know. That's good. I like that. But seriously, so proud of y'all. And I know a lot of you guys have had a lot of new people come on board because of Reset, and it's living up to its name, I feel like. And I'm excited. I'm excited to do it again at the beginning of August is when I'll be. Is that when most of y'all are starting again, around the beginning of August? I plan on trying to do it about the beginning of each month, unless we have like a trip right then planned or something like that. I'll do it the very next week. But yeah, so way to go. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I did mention earlier, none of y'all can hang up off this call, by the way, because there's only a few of us on here. So when I say this word, you can't hang up. I did mention earlier we were going to talk about compliance. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, I lost my voice at camp and it has not come back very well. So I'm sorry if I sound a little raspy. I feel like I sound like Dorothy on the Golden Girls. Ma. Anyways, so compliance. So I have had the opportunity to be on the compliance focus group for the past year. And I thought it was hilarious when they asked me. I'm like, those of y'all that know me really well, compliance is all about rules. And for most of my life, rules and me are like, whatever. Like, I don't even know. And I'm like, really, you want me to do compliance? But I did it because I thought I would learn and I wanted to be on a focus group. And so for whatever reason, I guess we did a good job. They have invited everyone back from last year to serve on the same focus group this next year. They've never done that with any focus group before. So, hey, way to go, compliance focus group. I have learned so much to the place where I absolutely love compliance. Yeah, right, Vicky, you're hanging up because of compliance. We all know it. But anyways, I love compliance, and here's why. Coming from corporate, our like motto for compliance is protect the house. That is their main goal, is to keep Plexus well protected. And what I mean by that is to make sure that we're not making claims out there that the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, or the FDA, God bless the FDA, will say, hey, you can't say that, and cause an issue and want to shut down Plexus, right? None of us want that. It's happened before. And I want you guys to know, in learning so much, I've also come to learn that Plexus has a team of attorneys. I mean, working like to protect us, to make sure that Plexus as a whole is well protected, and honestly, to make sure each and every one of us as an individual is well protected. We live in a nutty world. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if I make some outlandish claim, this will heal your diabetes, and someone tries it and it doesn't, and they want to come at me. You know what I mean? And Plexus has a team of attorneys ready to step in place to help with that. So the whole idea that from corporate, the compliance team at corporate, our theme is protect the house. Here's how I've come to kind of view it. And I think most of you guys will get this, because I think everyone on here is a believer. This is so goofy. Stick with me. Compliance to me is kind of like God. He's given us a list of rules, right? This is a stretch, but stick with me. And if we follow them, things go better, right? Compliance, yes, they give us rules, but they are there to protect us. They are there to help us. They can also see a much bigger picture than we can. They know what's happening in every other company. They know what's happening with the FTC and the FDA. Did you guys know that AdvoCare is no longer an MLM? It is direct to consumer. We had that sweet, kind gentleman who's passed away, Joel Holcomb, spoke on a call for us several months ago now. He was with AdvoCare, and he told me that he went from making a high 5 figures, y'all. And I'll tell you personally what it was, a high 5 figures every month, to the very next month, $600. That will crash your world, right? Now, when you look at AdvoCare and you look at their, what got them in trouble was really how they were doing their compensation. And if you look at their compensation plan, it's easy to see, once you know a lot about network marketing and you know a little bit about the FTC, it's easy to start seeing why they got into trouble. But AdvoCare, their executives, they made that decision. They're still making buku's money. And I got to tell you guys, I can't sit here. Listen, I know Taro and Alec well enough to know this. If that were to ever happen with us, I would be sitting there with my jaw gaping open. It would be the shock of my life. The shock of my life if they were to say, forget y'all, we're going to keep making money, right? That's not what we're about. And you guys know that. We are one Plexus. We are one family. So compliance, it truly, and I know some of y'all were laughing at me like, don't compare compliance to the Lord. Come on, Amber. But you guys get what I'm trying to say here, right? It truly is there to protect us. And I think sometimes our only interaction with compliance is, you can't put that post up, take it down, right? Or change it, but they don't always tell us how to change it and all that. And that's our only interaction. And it's frustrating because we're like, dang it, that's a real good post. I'm trying to tell people how Plexus has helped so much with my anxiety. Hello, Terry Paxton. Welcome to the call. And I'm trying to tell people how much Plexus has helped me get off this medication or that medication or whatever. And compliance is saying, you just can't say those words publicly on a social media platform. You can't make those claims. So I walked in the door 7 minutes before this call started. I did not have time to download this to my computer, so I apologize for that. In your help center, you can even do this right now. Open another tab. I guess I could show you guys this. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen. No, I'm not. It's going to take too long. In your help center, this is all you have to search. Y'all, everybody know how to get to the help center. Shake your heads. Okay. Search compliance words. Compliance words. That's it. There's an entire list of red flag words. These are words that the FTC has a telescope on going, Are they saying them? Are they saying them? Are they saying them? These are words that can get us into trouble. We do not want that. We do not want Plexus Corporate getting into trouble. So I want you guys to have my background's blurry. Y'all, there's luggage. There's all kinds of stuff. Don't even ask. It's nutty here. We got 4 adults, 3 kids, 4 dogs, a cat, and a rat living in one house right now. A rat, y'all. I said a rat. It's in a cage. I tease the girls all the time that I'm going to feed it to our dogs just to drive them crazy. It's hilarious. Anyways, but download this list. Keep it on your phone. Maybe keep it in a note on your phone so it's easily accessible. It's not just stored with all your other pictures. Label it compliance. Look it over. Eventually, you'll start to get the hang of it. You'll start to realize, okay, and most of you do. I'm also saying this so that you can help keep an eye on your teams. And let me just say this caveat. Some of you may be thinking, I shared, and I've seen this happen. It's happened to me. I shared a post that a Jewel shared, and they contacted me to take it down, but hers is still up. It doesn't matter. And please don't think I'm just going to make my profile private so they can't see it, because I got news for y'all. The FTC can still see it. Don't ask me how, but they can. It's creepy. Okay. But have this list, red flag words. So once you start reading this, you'll start to realize, okay, I understand why I can't say this in order to protect myself and in order to protect Plexus. Because if I go on here and I specifically talk about a child with autism or someone with an autoimmune disease, these are red flag words, or someone who had COVID-19, red flag words, or even the flu, and Plexus helped them. Anxiety is on here. Depression is on here. I'm going to tell you guys ways you can still get your point across. Okay. Sue, it's in your help center, and search the words, just search compliance words, and it'll be the first article that comes up. So if I go on there and I start talking about this, and okay, Kylie, hang on. And, Uncle Susan, I almost said Uncle Susan. Aunt Susan contacts me because it's not working for her kid with autism, and she's mad and she's upset, and I've made this claim. It can really get us in trouble. Yes, there are so many words that are on there that we don't realize are on there, but there are still ways to say it. So for example, Sean brings up inflammation. So instead of saying inflammation, I could say something like, man, when I used to travel, my arms and hands and everything would be so swollen, and they're just not anymore. Right? There's still ways to say it. Let me go back and read. Oh, okay. I was just making sure there wasn't anything else listed. Okay. Kylie has a question, and then Claire.
Okay. Here's my question. Can you still say certain words and talk about like a condition that you have and how it's gotten better without, like, does it count and can it work if you don't say the word Plexus, or if you just say like prioritizing the health of my gut, has helped me significantly.
You could say that. I think like saying prioritizing the health of my gut is actually a really good way to say it.
Right. Because then it's like, that could mean Plexus, that could mean drinking bone broth, that could mean
exactly, that could mean a number of things,
all sorts of things.
And so technically, no, you're not really supposed to if you're also promoting Plexus. However, what I have seen and what we have been told is if you're not a Jewel, corporate is probably not going to say anything about it. Don't ask me why. That's just what we've been told and what we've been said. You're really not supposed to. I made a post on Instagram a while back that just had a picture of me and Jonathan, and I talked about my anxiety, and I guess I didn't make it clear enough that I feel as though God has truly healed my anxiety. So, and I didn't say a word about Plexus. So as soon as I changed it and I stressed how the Lord really brought me through that, they didn't have any problems with that. Now, people that know me also know I do Plexus, right? And you can say anything you want in a personal message. So if someone comments on something and says, hey, I might connect with this, if you've posted something that's a little vague and they might connect with it, then message them personally and you can share your entire story.
So, okay. So I know they just said inflammation is on the list. That's one that I feel like we have like trademarked as a company since the beginning. We've said blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. So
It is. And it wasn't
was
something.
it
It
at
wasn't
one
something.
point okay to say, and now we can't
Yes,
say
it
it?
was. Exactly. It wasn't something. And you guys, just side note, this list doubled in size post-COVID.
Okay.
Don't
Interesting.
ask me why. Don't ask me
Okay.
why. I'm just throwing that out there. But so something like for inflammation, you're right. We do kind of, have the market on that. But because of our gut health products, we can still talk about healing our gut. And I think how did you say that earlier? Prioritizing your gut health. That's what
Yeah,
you said, right?
prioritizing the health of your gut. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the health of your gut. Yeah, twist it up just a little bit. Don't just say gut health.
Yeah.
I think saying something like that, and I think, oh my gosh, my mind just went. Gosh, this happens all the time post-COVID, y'all.
Inflammation.
Inflammation. Thank you. The word swollen. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Literally get online and is it a
Get a
synonym?
thesaurus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get yourself a thesaurus. Look up the synonyms for the words. See if they're on the list. It's still going to make sense. People are still going to know what you mean. And it doesn't have to be all that complicated, right? Some of y'all are like, a thesaurus, I'm out of here, right? But
y'all are gonna laugh so hard when I do a post tomorrow, and it's like gonna be all code words, and y'all are gonna be like,
it
right.
totally reminds me of like on Friends when Joey wrote the letter for Chandler and Monica, and he only used big words and it made no sense. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. Claire, what were you gonna mention? Oh, there she is. She's back making her Mexican chicken. I want to come for dinner.
So one of the things that Genevieve said at training that helped this make more sense to me was she was like, listen guys, our products cannot heal. Our products cannot heal any of these diagnoses. If they could, and if it was supported by the FDA that they could, then everyone would have to have a license to sell this, like a medical license. So yes, there are some things that we have to be careful about, but it is a good thing. It helps us do this job easier and not have to have that kind of licensing to be able to do our jobs. So
yeah, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell us a little more about Ruby's on the Rise.
it was incredible. I told Kylie and Terry, it was probably the best thing I've ever been to with Plexus.
Wow.
And Genevieve went over some compliance stuff, and it was difficult. They got lots of feedback there from the crowd.
Yeah.
But she explained it kind of from the same heart that you just talked about, just protecting the house and protecting what we have, because it's such a wonderful gift that we have. Yeah. So, it was fantastic. I mean, I have never been to an event where, they give you the gifts and stuff like that. And where like Tarl sits next to you at dinner and is just talking to you about when he did reset, stuff like that. So
when did you sit next to him at dinner?
Yeah. On Thursday night. He's so nice. He, one of the other gals at our table is like 300 points away from Emerald. And so he was like, he went from like all fun and happy to like CEO hat on. He was like, where are your points at? Where is it compared to last month? And he was like drilling her. But Alec was there too. And I got to meet a bunch of people from corporate, and everyone is just so, you don't meet a mean person in the bunch. So they're all so kind and helpful. And
I love that they have these new goals to go for with Gold School and Ruby's on the Rise. They have these new goals, these new trips. Just so excited for you and for the rest of you that are going to be there very, very soon. I was a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. I was a little jealous. It looked like an absolute blast, but I was so glad that they spoiled you rotten.
Work for it for the October one, because it was real hot in Scottsdale in July. So it's going to be awesome in October. Yeah. So work hard.
The weather there in the fall. I was there for Jewel training in November of 19, and the weather there in the fall is gorgeous. Like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Which I gotta tell y'all, we had a cold front come through here in East Tennessee today, and our high, some of y'all are gonna be real jelly. Our high was only 77, y'all. It has
Oh my
been unreal. And I don't mind it one bit. Yeah, Kylie, you're going in October. That's awesome. So what all did you get in your gifts, Claire? Oh, she walked away again. That Mexican chicken must require a lot of steps. You got to get a lot of steps in while you're cooking.
The gifts that we got, is that what you said?
Yeah. We want to know about the presents. Don't y'all want to know what presents she got?
We got so we walked into training Thursday morning, and they had like, you know, the inspirational music like blasting out, and all of our tables, we had like huge red roses in the middle, and then each setting had this red ruby box that had all kinds of stuff in it, with, you know, ruby stuff all over the table. And you know, everyone's got their phones out all recording it, but in the box was a hat that says Ruby's on the Rise, a journal that says Ruby's on the Rise, I'll show you the cup, like one of those
Love a
insulated
good cup.
cups that says
Oh, I
Ruby's on
love
the
a good cup.
Rise.
That's so cute.
And I know, I really like it. A bag, a pen, some products that we could take during the meeting, and what else? I think that's some sunglasses that say Plexus on them in red on the side, white sunglasses.
That's so fun.
So, and then we got a like a binder of stuff to follow along with all the speakers that they had. The speakers were phenomenal. I mean, all jewels and stuff like that came to talk to us,
Yeah.
but they were awesome. They were incredible.
That's awesome. Awesome. Yes, so many of you are going to be going there in October, and you're going to have the time of your lives. Let's get back, excuse me, real quick to compliance. Just one of the main things I want to encourage you guys in is, I know that it's really easy to view compliance as a topic. And when you get those emails from them, it's really easy to get frustrating. If you can change your thinking about it just a little bit, that they truly are there to protect us and protect the whole entire company, it really does help when you get those emails. And then you go read them, and you go read your post, and then you start learning. You're like, oh, that's what I did. I shouldn't have done such and such, to a place where you will start making posts and it won't be an issue. All of your posts will be compliant. Isn't that special? Next week, Monday night, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, we are going to have a team call, and we're going to have a team party. I sounded like the Target lady on SNL. Party! We're going to have so much fun. We are going to do some giveaways. Heyo, you guys can always get people on a call if you offer to give away something. So tell your peeps, we are going to be doing some giveaways. We'll be announcing them hopefully very soon throughout the week. And is there another room of them up? I don't know if there'll be that big of giveaways, Kylie, but we'll pray about it. We'll see what we may throw in there. But I'm telling you, all y'all should want a nugget ice maker. It will also change your life, especially when it comes to drinking your Plexus. So delicious. And then we are going to start the next week. Let me get this pulled up here. On these calls, this is not book club. We are going to go through a book on these Monday night calls just for a few weeks. I say this is not book club because last time I held a book club, like 4 people got on. So I'm like, this is not book club. We're just going to do a book the next few weeks. Some of y'all are like, I hate to read, and you out. Stick with us. There is the audiobook. And I promise you, every single time I have done a book, you get so much out of the Zoom calls. When you get on the Zoom calls with fake book club. And we don't talk about it. We don't talk about book club, right? It's like Fight Club. The book is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. The Slight Edge. It won't get clear. Never mind. by Jeff Olson. I was going to try to show you guys the cover. Y'all, this book. Let me just read you guys a couple of the chapters. First chapter is The Beach Bum and the Millionaire. The first ingredient, the choice, master the mundane, slow down to go fast. I mean, I'm telling you, this book, get it, read the sleeve of the book. We're going to start it in 2 weeks. Telling you guys this now so everyone has time to get their books and tell their people to get their books. Tell your teams to get their books. There are a lot of people not with us because it is summer. People are on vacation. Other people are at camp. Other people are at VBS. Other people are all kinds of places. But we hope that as school starts back up and everybody gets back into a little bit of a more routine, our team calls will pick back up. And I know you guys are going to love, love, love this book. But next week, team party. Y'all excited? I think Billy Joe must have her AC out or something. I don't know. She's over there she needs my neck fans. Where are they at? I'd hold them up.
It's got hot flashes going on big time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I bring them up for everybody. My bad. I'll send you a pair of neck fans. How about some neck fans as a giveaway? Y'all are like, no. Hard pass. Some of y'all want some. Listen, I'm telling you, they may look dumb, but when it's 106 degrees outside, I don't care. Amber comes with neck fans when it's that hot. Okay. Does anybody have a question, a comment, a snide remark?
I'll make a comment about neck bands.
Go for it.
Amber
would
gave
love
me
to hear it.
some, and I went to the
They've
zoo,
changed your life, haven't they?
and I had all kinds of people stopping me, being like, "Where did you get those?"
Oh yeah. Because when it's that hot, you don't care that you've got 2 tiny fans right here. You just don't care.
Wish I would have had it the other day when I was golfing. It was hot.
Oh, y'all, I had the best. There's certain, I mean, if you want to know the best pair, I'll tell you. Opolar. 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 I had the best pair. I at Youth Alive, so proud of myself. So this was our last year of Youth Alive. You guys probably saw that on Facebook. It was very bittersweet. It has been a part of my life since I was 14. I'd rather hang a Roomba around my neck. Terry Paxton.
I need a Roomba.
Girl.
I need a Roomba, not neck fans.
Roombas suck. Get it? Get it?
Yeah, that's why I need one.
Anywho, very bittersweet with camp. But I did something the last day of camp that I've never done in 13 years of having camp at Camp Wow. I climbed the rock wall and I went down the zip line. Y'all, I'm almost 40. I will be 40. I don't even want to tell you guys. 43 next month. What? So old. And I climbed a rock wall and went down a zip line. And y'all, the hardest part was getting off the zip line up to the platform. I'm like doing this number, trying to get up to the platform. And I'm like, this is not made for a 42-year-old chubby girl. And this sweet girl behind me, one of the workers at camp, she's like, can I touch your butt? I'm like, please touch my butt. She was like, hoisted me up there. So that was the worst part. But I'd never done it before. And I faced a fear. And the last couple of years, I think I probably would have been a little too heavy for it. So I had lost enough weight to do it. And Jonathan did it too. And we had an absolute blast. But in the process, homegirl thinks she can climb a rock wall for the first time wearing neck fans. No, they fell off 30 feet in the air, hit the ground and broke. So my best pair of fans are gone. I got to get a new pair. Anyway, I love that y'all are comparing a Roomba to neck fans, something that's $300 to something I can get you for $10. Just saying. I love you guys. I hope that this has been beneficial to you all. Like I said this at the very beginning. Some of you weren't on here. Both Jana and I almost completely forgot about this call. Don't ask me why, because it's Monday night at 7:30 Central. But we really did. Jana is doing a call for another team tonight for Kim McCluskey. I think I'm saying that right. Who just spoke for our team a couple of weeks ago. I'm up here in Tennessee with Jonathan's family. I almost forgot. So we didn't forget about you people. We just almost forgot about the call. But I do apologize. I hope that this has been a little bit beneficial to some of you, or all of you. Hopefully all of you.
Doing it.
You are welcome. Let's have a word of prayer. We'll hop off and love you guys. Dear Lord, thank you so, so, so much for these sweet friends. Goodness, I love them. I love them so much. And I'm so grateful for them, for their relationships in my life that you have given me through Plexus. I'm so grateful, Lord, for the relationships in my life that you have strengthened through Plexus, ones that I had before, like Claire and Kylie, that you've just strengthened because of Plexus. Lord, I thank you for that. God, we love you. Lord, we thank you. We thank you for all that's happening with our company. Lord, we do pray your protection over our company. We talked about that a lot tonight. And Lord, I believe we have so many people in our company who strive to honor you. And we also strive to use what we've been given to give back. And there's no doubt in my mind that the enemy does not like that in the slightest. Lord, we ask your protection over our company, over our businesses, over our teams. Lord, we thank you for Reset and all the new freshness that it's brought to Plexus. Lord, we thank you so, so, so much for all that you are and for all that you do in our lives. We love you in your name. Amen. I love you, ladies. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see y'all later. I just did this. Why did I do that? I'll never do that. Who does that? Wait, where's stop record? Aha.